June 28, 1910, small Spanish town Gator was shocked by a terrible crime. A local man kidnapped a child and sacrificed him in a black magic ritual to prolong his life. However, he failed to prolong it, because he was caught, arrested and executed, but since then, all over the world children began to disappear. In our time, a widow with a daughter and 2 sons moves to Gator, where they soon realize that they are in the midst of another wave of disappearances and may become next victims, if they do not figure out how to stop the mysterious kidnapper. Every once in a while, any genre gets a defining movie that turns it in some new direction and lays the vector of its movement for years to come. In teen horror, such projects were The Diligent and the series Stranger Things, which excited young filmmakers with a combination of nostalgic stories about the last summer of childhood, the spirit of adventure and friendship, which are possible only when you are 14, and the viscous atmosphere of quite an adult horror, emphasized by the insinuating overflows of the synth-pop soundtrack. El Hombre del Saco, the original title of which translates as The Man with the Bag, is a Spanish-Uruguayan horror, whose authors are bursting with the desire to shove in their bag the best of Stephen King, the Duffer Brothers and many cult horror films of the past. For example, the beginning of the movie unmistakably refers to Joel Schumacher's vampire hit Lost Boys, whose plot also started with a single mother moving to a small provincial town, where children go missing. In general, everything here is textbook. Hot summer, bike rides, a motley group of teenagers and personal traumas, which in this case are the main target of the local monster. And, of course, it's all set to a synthesizer melodies, subtly reminiscent of the musical theme from Stranger Things. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by some successful movies and TV series, but in this case it's hard to say how much of it is inspiration, and how much is blunt imitation, a desire to grab a piece of someone else's fame by performing a cover of a successful hit. Undoubtedly, El Hombre del Saco was filmed by people not untalented, which is proved by the stylish visuals, competently told story and skillfully presented suspense scenes. And it's all the more frustrating that, despite the thick local vibe, you feel almost no originality. Unless, of course, we talk about the rather annoying moral of how wrong it is to nurture guilt in children, which comes to the fore in this story closer to the finale. There's nothing wrong with horror movies trying to speak on a topic outside of the pure genre, but in El Hombre del Saco at some point it all starts to resemble a cautionary tale from a children's matinee, where all problems are solved when kids hold hands and tell the villain, "Go away, you're bad." But even this here is borrowed. The same way the main characters defeated Pennywise in it, but there it was only the last chord in a powerful symphony of creepy and dangerous challenges, while the authors of El Hombre del Saco, unfortunately, left them out.